Hey guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Kuhn here again for Paleo Problem Long Island and MikeTheCaveman.com. And today's question is a little bit of a hot button issue. And it has to do with how to deal with depression, anxiety, and just mood dysregulation and emotional disturbances. Now, this question came today from Paleo Problem Long Island viewer, Alex. Now, Alex was a little bit upset about a post we made earlier regarding how nature, getting out in nature, is better than antidepressants. We made the post a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but the fact of the matter is, the post was true. The reason being, antidepressant drugs are problematic for a number of reasons. The first of which is that they actually lead to micronutrient deficiencies. Tricyclic antidepressants, benzodiazepine, clozapine, SSRIs, they are collectively associated with deficiencies in the B vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin D, the essential fatty acids, omega-3 and omega-6. They're associated with deficiencies in the minerals selenium and zinc and copper and iron. They're associated with deficiencies in CoQ10 and amino acids, as well as melatonin. Unfortunately, taking them can lead to major issues. Those deficiencies can lead to further depression. It can create a vicious cycle, because the B vitamins in particular are associated with neurotransmitter synthesis. They can lead to heart issues, as CoQ10 is a major component of heart problem. They can lead to bone disorders in the deficiency in vitamin D. They can lead to thyroid disorders in deficiencies in selenium. It's mind-blowing, the intricacies of what these deficiencies can lead to. And that's just one of the major everyday causes. Now, I'm not saying that if you have major anxiety or depressive issues to not take them. I'm just saying that consider the alternatives. So going out in nature, how is that going to help fix my depressive issues? Well, there's a number of reasons. One, just general stress reduction. When you're always working real hard, or you're indoors and there's blue light and it's late out at night, or you're not getting enough sleep, or you're stressed about something, those things will mess with the micronutrients, as well as, wait for it, your gut microbiome. That stress can alter the way your HPA axis, your stress response hormones, are able to respond. It can also alter the way that your neurotransmitters are released. It can alter your hormones. It changes up the whole game. So getting out in nature is a time to actually relax. Whether you're going for a hike in the woods or you're going to the beach, you're getting some sun, you're getting some fresh air, you're getting some movement, some basic exercise. All of those are amazing for stress reduction. Simply getting your mind off of those stressors will also help. You're not going to be thinking about what bill is due or what your boss said. It's time to decompress and think about something else. It's time to change your mindset. Now, going back to that microbiome concept though, when you go out in nature, what's out there? Besides all the beautiful flowers and trees and animals, well, there are practically infinite amounts of bacteria. Now, there's a concept called the hygiene hypothesis. And the basic premise is that as we move towards civilized society, we're always focused on killing those bacteria and killing all those microbes, right? We are very afraid of bacteria in our current culture. And the thing is, that's not always the best thing, because most people, when they think of bacteria, they think of disease. But bacteria are a major part of you. You have a symbiotic relationship with the bacteria in your body right now. It's super important that you treat them right. So when you use those antibacterial soaps, or you take prescription antibiotics, or you take a lot of the other drugs that will destroy them, what's going to happen? They're going to die off. And that's going to open the door for those pathogenic ones to come in. So it's not that we shouldn't be hygienic. John Durant wrote this awesome piece in his book, The Paleo Manifesto, about Moses the microbiologist, and the reason why the Jews were the chosen people was through their hygienic practices. You know, the book of Leviticus is all about hygiene. By doing things that are more hygienic, you know, not getting tattoos. Back then, how'd they sterilize it? Avoiding foods that, if undercooked, can be full of parasites, you know, certain times like pork or shellfish. Oh, those are banned. And just the practices go on. But there's a lot of different ones where if you avoided them, what happened? You were rewarded. If you partook in those practices, what happened? Well, you sinned and you were punished. And when you think about it, whether you believe the context of what the Bible says or not, if you had to go back in time and explain to somebody who had no concept of germ theory that there are these microscopic things, you can't really see them, but they can get inside your body and they make you sick, how would you do that? It's pretty tough, right? You'd have to say, well, look, if you eat that, then it's going to get you sick. Like, well, what is it, like a ghost or something? Well, no, there's these little things, they're microbes, and they can get in you. So eventually, it just makes it easier to say, well, no, that's a sin, don't do it. It's like you're talking to a child. So germ theory kind of went that same route. That, okay, look, this stuff is no good, just don't do it. Make sure you're always clean. So hygiene became a major part, and hygiene helped us advance to where we are today. Infectious disease was historically a major killer. So hygiene isn't necessarily a bad thing, but the fact of the matter is, we still evolved with those bacteria over thousands of years. As such, they're still a part of us. So while we want to be clean, particularly if you have open wounds or anything, or if you know you have a pathogenic overgrowth or a pathogenic infection, then yes, deal with that. But that does not mean you go overboard, okay? So, it is a delicate balance between being hygienic and still experiencing life. It is still a great idea to get out and get exposed to those bacteria. Because interestingly, one other way those antidepressants work is by bringing down inflammation. The way they do that is by reducing the expression of interleukin 10, which is an inflammatory cytokine. And what that does causes inflammation in the brain and results in those depressive or anxiety symptoms. So what else can reduce inflammation through modulating of that interleukin 10? Well, those bacteria in your gut. In fact, supplementing with probiotics has been shown to decrease that interleukin 10 and subsequent depressive and anxious symptoms. So once again, those bacteria, besides having roles in releasing neurotransmitters and hormones, and in their metabolism, and in the transmission of the electrical activity, we talked about this yesterday. Just like that bacteria can make you go out and get a cupcake, that bacteria can help decide whether you're going to be happy or not. If you're experiencing depression or anxiety, before you go reaching for the anti-anxiety or the antidepressive medication, think about what the effects are going to be. Make sure you are micronutrient sufficient. Get in a quality multivitamin like nutrients. Make sure your bacteria are in order. Take a quality probiotic like Megaspore. What else? Well, you may want to consider those adaptogenic herbs we talked about before. Particularly, I love ashwagandha. Helps deal with cortisol, helps bring down stress, helps deal with the overexpression of the HPA axis. So that's another one that could be very important. Meditative practices like yoga or just breathing exercise, prayer, all of those things can help deal with that stress, which leads to that anxiety and or depression. So the biggest takeaways for today are that even though hygiene is super important and allowed us to get to where we are today, becoming overly hygienic is not the way to go. By destroying your native flora, you're going to have a major problem and you're not going to be able to properly regulate yourself. Those bacteria have an essential role in your mental and emotional well-being. As such, take care of them. Get out in nature. Get exposed to them. Get in the sun. Get your micronutrients in and make sure that you're taking care of your well-being. Take care of all those lifestyle factors. Make sure you're getting your sleep in. Make sure you're exercising. You're doing some meditative work. You're doing some breathing work. It's all going to help build the mind and it's going to help build the body. And make sure everything's running on all cylinders. So guys, hopefully you like this video. You know what to do. Like and subscribe down below. Make sure to share it with your friends. And of course, head on over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Mike the Caveman. Head on over to Facebook over at Paleo Problem Long Island. And of course, over on MikeTheCaveman.com. That way you never miss a thing. That being said, guys, weather's back. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to get my vitamin D. So take care, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.